Hi, welcome to another Interstellar Prime update video. Today we're going to be covering the closed beta that just got released yesterday. So for those of you who are participating, thank you so much, and I can't wait to hear your feedback. So let's get started. This video will serve as not only an update video but a walkthrough for those who are participating in the alpha or the closed beta release. So the first thing I want to cover is how do you control the ship. So this is how you control the ship. You sit on the captain chair and you press spacebar when the menu pops up to control the ship. In order to steer, you can actually look around and then hold shift or the left shift key, and wherever you're looking at, the ship will steer there. If you press V, you will zoom out and change the view into a kind of like an outside view. Now you can go ahead and press W to thrust forward, but as long as you don't press the shift key, the ship won't turn. In order to steer, just basically look where you want to steer and press and hold the shift key, and that's how you can steer the ship. The A key will propel the ship sideways to the left, and then vice versa for the D key. Press E to go up, Q to go down. You get the idea. So that's how you pilot the ship around. And of course, left click is firing the cannons. In the full release, we'll have many more to it than just some bullets. In the full release, you're going to be having to allocate the shields and select weapons and so on. But we'll nailing down that details right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get out, and we'll come back to the bridge later. So right now I just want to go out and then show you the rest of the game, which the main thing I want to talk about right now is the survival mechanism of the game that I've recently added that's meant to be in the game all along. So this game, it's really about what will it be like to explore the solar system. So in order to do that, we kind of have a simplified metrics that keep what would keep human alive and functioning, right? So we break it down to hunger, which is the metabolism, hydration, the comfort level of temperature, radiation level. That's how the solar or even the cosmic radiation will do damage to your organs. Also the fatigue, you gotta rest, and also your overall health, your physiology. And a lot of games that don't really cover that, how it would be in space. So that's what we have in this game as well. It's the psychology. It's how will it affect, how would being in space so long would affect. So in the game, what it comes down to is the pretty much a few factors. Like it says here, you can also use VR to help manage your psychology status, because being in the darkness for so long in space, it can take a toll on your psychology. So this is just to kind of like give you more of a simulation feel, because this game, when it comes down to it, it's more of a space sim than anything else. Even though it's got the action RPG, and it's got the first-person shooter element to it, got the RTS into it, but really it is a space sim with a strong story-driven line to gameplay into it. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take care of my hunger by talking to the chef, and I'm going to ask him for something to eat and also something to drink. So I'm full, I'm hydrated, and that's how you can stay healthy. And the reason why I put that is to really give you a really more immersive feel, and it's a survival feel in space. And also, your whole goal is to actually manage this ship and the well-being of your crew. So, and then later on, you will uncover that the story mode, you have two main routes that you can choose to progress in the game. The first option being the humanitarian route, which is you build a really nice, comfortable ship to add more crew so you can do more things. Or you can take the second route, which is using the AI route. So you have robots and automation doing everything for you, so you don't need as much life support. But both have its own advantages and disadvantages. So, and we'll get to that later. So now I'm going to talk to Dr. Rain and then ask him or ask her to take care of my radiation level. So now that I have done that, I am in great health and my radiation is at safe level. All right, so that's just basically how each function of the room will play into the game. Like, you actually have to do something, walk around the ship for a purpose. And these are the rooms that later on you can fill with crews, and the ability for you to expand out and kind of like progress in the game later if you choose a humanitarian route is dependent upon how many crew you have, and you also have to accommodate by growing food and so on. So anyway, the next thing I want to show you is more of an AI route that, well, you're gonna need this on either which way you want. So, and that is the drone hangar. So this is where you can come in and actually upgrade the drones. It's not there yet, so I'm just kind of hinting what's to come. Each of these drones are you'll cover later, or I'll cover later when we get into the strategy, real-time strategy mode. But in the full release, you're going to be able to go in one of these, or every one of these drone hangars, and customize each drones with different weapons, so we can actually have somewhat of a strategy on how you can make these different drones work together to be more effective in the battle situation. Now I'm in the level D, and this is where I can gear up. I can choose to put things on, but I'm choosing not to right now. I just want to put my suit on, and then I'm just going to give you a sneak preview of what's to come. Right now, it's not there yet, but eventually in the full release, you'll be able to fly these fighter jets, and you'll have the full axis or 6 degrees of freedom of control, meaning you can do yaw, roll, and all that stuff when you're in the fighter jet. But beyond that is really hard to code. So that's why when you're flying the ship, or as you can see in about a few minutes or a few seconds here, when you fly the mining vessel, or even just doing EVA, you can't really do the roll, and that's because of how everything works together. It's going to be pretty much impossible to code by myself. So here I am, undocked from the starship, and I'm in the mining vessel. I'm going to press F, and the controls for the mining vessel is exactly the same as the ship. So WASD, Q and E to kind of move around, and then also when you press the shift key, it will look to wherever you need to go. I have a little cannon here, just kind of like a placeholder again, and it also has a auto turret. When you get attacked, it will automatically shoot the enemies for you. Also, you can press T, by the way, to turn on and off the headlight. So you can see here, I can press T. That's how you can have the searchlight on. Press T again, it's off. Now, where am I? Why do I have this option to land on H3 deposit? Well, if you see these geyser coming out like you see here, that's where the the helium-3 deposit is. So what you can do is you can press F while you're near it, and then it will land. And then there are a few things that you can do once you land your mining vessel onto the landable asteroid here. So I'm going to go ahead and press backspace to get off, and then I'm going to show you the core gameplay of this game. So the first thing I want to do is I want to initiate the helium-3 extraction. Once I do that, I don't have the animation for it yet. It's just basically deploy your crew, deploy the rig to set up the extraction. And as you can see on the right hand side, I think I covered this in the past videos, but this is more like a walkthrough, just to kind of tutorial type deal for those of you who have never seen this before. As you can see on the right hand side, that you get plus 10 helium-3 every time, every few seconds. So that's what that is. The next thing I want to do, once I land it, I would want to use a 3D printer on the mining vessel to actually build a landing pad. And that, in order to do that, once I activate my 3D printer function, what I can do is press Control. And once I do that, I will have the command menu pop up, and I can just press F, and I can select where I want to build the landing pad. Obviously, there's only one place that you can do, and that's what I did. I can also build something else, like a service station, but apparently I don't have enough resources. I will have to gather more resource. So, and basically you can play around with this if you're a closed alpha or closed beta participant. To the next point, let's go ahead and go mine. So I'm going to go ahead and take the equipment here, mining equipment, and now I'm ready to go mine. But before that, I'm going to show you that I can actually use a weapon layout and get my plasma pistol here. And I'll show you in a little bit of why this will come in handy. Right now I'm outside of the mining vessel. I will be doing an EVA, which I can do that by holding 2, pressing and hold 2, and you can see here if I press space I can take off, and this is how I jump. And in order to land again, I have to come close to the land and press 2, hold 2, and press space again. A lot of people might think that this is tedious. I will change that for PC users. You can actually use L key, but it's not there yet in the closed beta. The next build will be there. So anyway, you can again press T to quickly turn on the flashlight, and then you can search around. Notice that there's a lot of junks and debris on these asteroids. The story mode will uncover what these are later. But what you can do right now is you can actually go into where these junks are, or all these debris are, and in the middle of that debris you will see a chest that you can open, and this is how you can loot. For example, I'm going to get some minerals. That's another way for you to get minerals and some ammo and so on. So if you keep exploring, you can actually gather resources that way. But the main way to gather resource is this. You can actually mine these rocks. And in order to do that, you have to have the mining equipment. So, and to equip it, press 1 and hold, and press space. And that's how you equip. And then once you do so, you can actually use this. Just like any other shooter game, aim and fire. However, in the drill gun, you can't use your laser to mine this huge rock. You actually have to break it up. So in order to do that, you have to press the middle mouse button to get the mining missile. However, you are out of missile. So I totally forgot about that. Yeah, I'll come up with a more convenient way to make sure that you're reminded or whatever. But in order to refill your missile, come over here and press R. It will cost 100 helium-3 in order to have 10 missiles. So now I have missiles. I can actually shoot, but it's out of range. I have to move closer, and the upgrades will allow you to increase the range, and also capacity, effectiveness, loading time, locking time, and so on. So that's all going to be there in the full release in terms of research and the tech tree and so on. Alright, now that, and again, the animation and everything like that, this is just a placeholder, so it's not just real quick thing. And this is how you gather a whole bunch of minerals all at once. And you can see on the right hand side, that's where your tank got filled. Alright, so that's basically an example of how you can get your minerals. And what I can do now is I can fly back into the mining vessel, walk up to this little big thing right here, and this is where you can actually process your minerals. I'm going to holster, and then on the right hand side, that's where it shows me how much I have gathered. And let's see if I have enough now to do a 3D printer. I should. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, there we go, I'm going to go ahead and build it. Oh, there's a bug there, sorry about that, but anyway, you can just do that. Now I just ordered the 3D printer drones to come in and build a tower for me. So now I can actually backspace and then get out. Remember that that we just build the pad. Now it's finished. I'm going to show you what you can do with it. So remember how I initiated the helium-3 extraction? If I were to take off with my mining vessel right now, the helium-3 extraction will stop. So that's why I need to build this landing pad, because once I do that, I can actually use the interface on that landing pad to create these helium-3 extractor. And of course I haven't done all the animations for it yet, but now you can actually gather all these resources automatically, and you can take off and you will still be able to draw minerals from it. So that's that. I'm going to call out enemies really quick, just just to show you what's going on. But before too long. So yeah, that's what I want to show. But in the real game, it's going to be quite some time before the enemy would attack. It just kind of depends on how much activity you have in the game. And you can fly your mining vessel and build your base anywhere in any one of these asteroid rocks that you can do. But the more you do that, it will increase the chance that you'll be attracting the enemy, like what I'm doing right now. So this is kind of like a fast forward, maybe 15 minutes into the game. You're actually having the enough mineral that it attracts the enemy. So here I am in the RTS mode. And how did I did that again? So I basically come to this console and I can actually hit tab, and that's how I initiate the RTS mode, or dynamic real-time strategy mode. In order for me to order anything around, I have to start by pressing Control to bring up the menu, and then I can actually select the starship by pressing space. And notice that I have nothing built yet, so on the bottom of the screen gives me a quick menu. What I can do, I can press F to build the drones, and that's what I'm doing. I'm also going to do R to build the repair drones, and there are my fighter drones in action. They went right into the battle after they got 3D printed and built. And what do the repair drones do? They're more like a passive ability. They basically automatically repair your ship as it takes damage. And in order to select your drone, again, anytime you can press Control and then hit the F key. That's how you can select the drone, and on the bottom are the options what you can do with them. Press F to patrol. That mode is essentially telling your drones to be on a patrol mode, and whenever the enemy is nearby, it's going to go and attack. And if you tell it to move a certain position, it's going to hold that position until the enemy attacks them. Alright, and then another thing is R. If I press R, it's going to go and dock inside the starship, like so. Now the ship is docked, as you can see on the indicator on the right hand side. And as it docked, it repairs slowly. The rate of repair is something that you have to upgrade. So that's how that works. I'm going to go ahead and get the drones out by pressing F, or click anywhere on the map while having them selected. Oop, I think it kind of crashed into itself there. So I'm going to have the drones patrol and then have them attack the enemy. So that's how I can do that. I'm going to go ahead and get out of this mode, and I am going to dock into the starship. But before that, I want to show you one more thing about this game. So as you can see, you did mainly just mining, exploration, and then ship flying. But here is also what we have in this game, which is the dungeon type mode gameplay. So what I mean by that is, this is what I'm about to show you, is one of these caves or asteroids, they actually have there's a glitch there. Yep, there's a glitch there. Sorry about that. So another bug there. I have to fix that in the next build. It's basically the player is falling off the chair, and it's kind of like messing up the physics of the ship here a little bit. Anyway, if that happens to you, I'm sorry. All you have to do is just hit backspace to get out of the pilot mode, and then redo it again. So anyway, I don't know if you can find it when you play, but there is a cave entrance, if you may, that you can enter, and you can do more loot, and that's what I'm about to show you really quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and head there. And sorry about the frame rate. I am recording, and that affects the frame rate just a bit. And this is running on a laptop, 2-year-old laptop, so the performance might not be the best. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and equip myself with a rifle, with a plasma rifle here, and then I'm going to get out and then show you that we actually have a cave entrance to go into the cave mode. And again, the animation, transition, and everything, this is just a placeholder. So once we get funded, I mean, we'll have more time and resources to make everything looks really nice and fancy. Like, for example, you can actually enter this asteroid cavern, which is built, and the story will show you later why this is here. And you know, we plan to have a really epic animation there. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my flashlight, but I realize that the flashlight is not bright enough for me to kind of see all the way through, and that is where my handgun come in handy, because I can actually either shoot, or I can just press the middle mouse button to go with the flare mode, flare shot, and that's how I can see what's ahead of me. So I can actually do some cave exploration, some space spelunking, if you may, and I can just do this or fly around in it. Uh-oh, there's some kind of guardian, so I'm gonna, again, this is just a placeholder, so don't take it too seriously, but and this is what you can do in the cave. You can explore, and there's quite a few loot in here that you can see what's going on, and then you can get like ammo, and this is again a placeholder, so I'll leave it up to you to explore and see what you think. So really the point of this game, or this closed beta, is to get your feedback as much as possible on how to make this game, you know, something that's really fun to play, something one of a kind. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, and I'll leave that exploration to you. Once I get out of the cave, I just have to find my mining vessel, which, by the way, I had to take out the little radar on the left hand bottom corner that I used to have, because it's causing way too many crashes than it's worth. So I'm gonna have to redo that whole system, so that's why I apologize if that's make it really hard for you to find the minerals and the, you know, all that stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and get back into the ship. Really, my point is that when you park your mining vessel, remember where you park it. So kind of like in real life, right? You remember where you park your car. Anyway, I am going to get back to my ship, and notice that my radiation level just got elevated right here, right? Because I've been in space too long, and that gives me a reason to upgrade my shielding in the ship, and also into my suit itself. Okay, I'm really getting reamed here. But you don't have to worry in the closed alpha about your mining vessel taking damage, because it won't take damage. It's just you know, I haven't gone that far yet, so because I'm debating with my team whether it's a good idea or not. If the mining vessel is dead, that the game is over. I don't know. You guys can pitch in on what you think would be good. Actually, I need to go to level B to take care of my radiation first.
Enemy destroyed.
Alright, this is how you come in, back again, and get your radiation taken care of. We're even thinking that we're going to do like a red alert. Right now it's kind of funny because it's like everybody's calm and you know you're getting shoot down by the enemy, like everybody's doing their own business. Like the doctor there didn't even flinch with all the explosions. So it depends on how much we can raise, so it's just kind of limit to what we can do with that. So, but real quick, I'm gonna do a little sidetrack here. You can do a ship upgrade, but again, everything is under construction. Anyway, you can come here and tour. I mean, I'll leave the exploration to you, and basically there's more to it than that. You can do a whole bunch of stuff in this game, which I'll leave that to you. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back here and kind of end the video with this. So I'm going to back to battle command. And as you can tell, there's a little bit of a voice acting with my team. Those are my team mate voices, and they are doing a great job. So anyway, I'm going to make sure that I eliminate all the enemies, and also I'm going to show you that the enemy will try to land and attack your base. And how they attack your base is by launching this spider thing, which you kind of missed it. They died already. It died already because of the turret did his job. So I'm gonna go ahead and attack him. And again, this is all a placeholder. So don't think that this is the final graphics or whatever. It depends on how much we raise. And so how much we can actually spend on hiring professional 3D modelers to create an awesome model for us. Anyway, here we go. It's done. I think all the enemies are, maybe not all of them. Oh, there's more right here. Anyway, you kind of get the idea. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for being a part of the closed beta. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me, dreamcatchersunity@gmail.com. Alright, and I'll talk to you soon, and I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you have a good time with this. Thank you. Bye-bye.